Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, myths and facts about homeopathy. So let's get started. What is a myth? A false notion, idea, or concept. What is a fact? Aspects that exist, occur, or prove to be authentic. So now critics chalk up the benefits of homeopathy to the placebo effect. That's when symptoms improve because you believe the treatment is working and not because it really is. Believing in homeopathy is not mandatory for it to work. It will be effective if the prescription is correct and similimum is obtained. Now, homeopathy can be summarized in just three S. What is that? It is scientific, side effect free, sound principled. What's and why's? Give it a thought and give it a try. Homeopathy is a holistic form of medicine that uses minute doses of incredibly diluted substances to stimulate one's personal restoration potential. So, to many, homeopathy seems implausible. They worry it is basically a placebo impact, or worse, a form of deception or quackery. Yet, homeopathy has been around for over 227 years and it is utilized by millions across the globe. Now, it's important for doctors and healthcare professionals, like all individuals. So, what is it that we should know? Stay updated on medical research, evidence based principles, avoid perpetuating these myths, and provide the best possible care. Address these myths, and this calls for open verbal exchange, schooling, and balanced information on homeopathy's role in healthcare. Also discuss individuals thinking about homeopathic treatment, so you should discuss with them and with the professionals and obtain the adequate knowledge so that it benefits them. Dispelling few common myths about homeopathy. Now, what are these? First, is homeopathy placebo? Is it very slow to act? Are there many dietary restrictions? The same sago like white balls for all ailments? One medicine fits all? And yes, are there no side effects? Then the next thing comes to us is, do homeopathic remedies contain steroids? Is it effective in chronic illness or minor ailments only? Can homeopathy replace surgery? Can one conventional treatment? Uh, can one take conventional treatment along with homeopathy? Is it a miracle medicine or black magic? Does homeopathy have any scientific evidence or scientific based study efficacy? Now, let's discuss each one in depth. First, it is very slow to act. Now, the popular misconception, they discourage people from pursuing treatment with homeopathy. Now, it is quick, effective results which you obtain in 5 to 10 minutes, like severe gallstone, renal and abdominal colic, temperatures. Also, in chronic cases with complaints that are almost 10 to 15 years long ago, so the treatment is effective within 6 months to 1 year. So basically, it's not very slow to act, provided you get the correct medicine with the correct potency at the correct time. Then we talk about, is homeopathy placebo? Well, now dilution. What is dilution? Homeopathy medicines, they follow a process which is known as potentization. Understanding this potentization in simple words is diluting the crude medicinal substance in a proper manner as suggested by our master, Dr. Hahnemann. What is placebo? No active substance to affect health. And have you heard about the nanotechnology? So here in homeopathic medicines, principle of preparation is based on the nanotechnology. Through this nanotechnology, the IITians did a research project through which they came to know that even after the dilution, when it is done 1 is to 10 or 1 is to 100, the potent substance or the effect of the crude medicinal substance is still present. For example, just imagine one drop of ink to be added in one full big ocean, probably Indian Ocean, one drop of ink. You take 1 cup of water from that ocean. Would you say the drop of ink is not present in that cup of water? Think about it. So that means, yes, ideally it is not present in the form in which you can separate it from the water, but its effects, because it's completely diluted, and through the nanotechnology, the effects of the ink being present in that big ocean is proved. Then homeopathic medicines are effective, now proven by hundreds of clinical trials conducted in the peer reviews. So these are all proved, and they are scientifically effective, and the efficacy is also proved through various articles present in the journals. So what next? Next we talk about, are there any dietary restrictions? So now in Dr. Kent's quotation, which says, in accordance with the principle and not by rule, do not have one list of foods for your patients. Do not have a list of things for everybody. There is no such thing in homeopathy. When patients are under constitutional remedies, they need caution about certain kinds of food that are known to disagree with their constitutional remedy. So now, on finding that the control group given freedom in diet improvement, when the diet is improved, as well as the other group. So all the patients who have all these articles of the diet are usually forbidden by the other homeopaths. So they were seen changes that it plays not much role in restricting the diet when one patient is on homeopathy. Also, a good rule of thumb is this: the food, chemicals, and what and what have you to which you are very sensitive, and which you know you are allergic, should be avoided during treatment. Therefore, the person who would be strung out and awake for 2 days if they had a single cup of coffee should certainly avoid coffee during treatment. But not the person who is already drinking coffee every morning and has a system that is already infused with caffeine will have no interference with their remedy. This is as per McCabe. So, to sum it up all, many homeopaths have experimented by loosening the dietary restriction and have found that it is usually does not have any effect on the overall results in practice. When patients realize that they don't have to avoid 20 things from their diet, which is very impractical in India, they are happy and relieved and actually continue the treatment better. Now, others like P. Sankaran and Miranda Castro have observed same improvement in patients' compliance and happiness. Only those substances which are not a part of patients' regular diet and have the potential of exerting their medicinal action should be taken away. Just as the remedy selection, posology, and case management are individualized in homeopathy, so the dietary restrictions also need to be individualized. Keeping in mind these disease being treated, patient sensitivity, food habits, and the remedy prescribed. So, foods that aggravate or have a medicinal action similar to the remedy being prescribed may be avoided. So, the fourth myth would be same sago like white balls for all ailments and one medicine fits all. Now, these white pills only neutral vehicles or the carriers of actual medicine that is sprinkled on them, and the potent medicine coats the white pill and individualized, that is the different remedies, different potencies, and different patients. So, did you know there are about 3000 medicines and 10 variable potencies, that is the powers of the medicine. So, of each medicine, minimum of 30,000 various permutation and combinations can be utilized. So that how is the variety and the number of medicines we have in homeopathy. Now caution, are there no side effects? So you mean to say homeopathic medication, if taken without supervision of a qualified homeopath, can have adverse side effects. Reason why our homeopathy medicines don't have side effects. Now one, the quantity is minimum, potentized, that is the physical quantity is reduced and potential is enhanced. Point number two, homeopath goes through a painstaking 2-hour procedure to find the remedy most suited to your entire personality. So it is the intricate, detailed similarity, the patient and his medications that nullifies any chances of side effects. So, do homeopathic remedies contain steroids? No. No steroids in homeopathy. So, to explain this, a well selected homeopathic remedy that has the capacity to bring about a drastic change in the patient's complaint. What is misconstructed? People at times feel that steroid is used to bring about this change. Now, the right remedy works, the patient not only sees a change in the complaints but also at the level of general state, general well-being, which doesn't happen when on steroids. And on long-term use of steroids, side effects like weight gain, moon phases, excessive body hair, to name a few, like maybe diabetes, developing high sugars, and many more side effects can come up, which doesn't happen when you're on homeopathy. Also, there are lab tests to confirm if steroids present or not in homeopathy. Now, there are two lab methods. One is the colorimetric method. The other is the Lieberman-Bouchard method. Now, the Colorimetric method gives a false positive result for any reducing sugar aldehyde. That is, the homeopathic medicines are sugar, lactose, and alcohol based. So when reducing these sugars, it can give a false positive test, which is seen also when tested with steroids. The next test is Lieberman-Bouchard. Now, a thin layer chromatography method and a UV absorption method. This method helps in differentiating and finding out the substance indeed contains steroid. So these two methods are there through which we can get the medicines tested. Now we talk about what is the SOS packet. Now, is it effective in chronic illness or minor ailments only? So basically both. So in case of emergencies, you may use the SOS doses as provided to you by your doctor, by your homeopath after consulting them on phone. There is something known as an acute illness where homeopathy treatment is an outstanding alternative medicine. There is immediate relief if homeopathic medicine is given promptly to the patient. Accurate simillimum given, it gives you immediate relief, and also effective in acute illness. Now, like cold, cough, fevers, tonsils, acute hepatitis, sinusitis, and many more acute conditions can be treated very well with homeopathy. So basically, chronic as well as acute, both can be managed with homeopathy. Then we talk about, can homeopathy replace surgery? Do you think so? Yes, we have many patients coming to us with a mindset that doctor, we are scared of the surgery. We are scared to undergo a procedure or a surgical removal when indicated, and hence you treat us with homeopathy so that we get better. Now there is something known as surgery and essential surgery. Now, surgery deals with the treatment of disease by mechanical means. And when there is essential surgery, that is, the surgical aid are necessary along with the internal medicine for cure or recovery of the patient. So now pointers to remember are, if handled in proper direction, one should know that in certain cases homeopathy medicines can avoid surgical intervention. Now, aphorism 186, Organon of Medicine. What Dr. Hahnemann says, treatment of diseases related to surgery, where external obstacle to the cure may be removed by mechanical means. So, Dr. Hahnemann himself is suggesting giving the treatment option as the mechanical obstruction, the external obstacle may be removed with a mechanical mean. Mechanical mean meaning surgery is indicated. So when surgery is indicated, there is no other way but to do a mechanical procedure to remove. Also, homeopathy plays a big role in pre-op and post-op. What do I mean by pre and post? Homeopathy can be given for pre-op, post-op procedures for a better healing, to manage the pain, to help the patient to accept the issues emotionally and mentally, give some support to go through that surgery with a positive outlook where the healing can be better and enhanced. Now, can one take conventional treatment along with homeopathy? Can we take both? So, conventional medicine plus homeopathy is equal to no harm. Yes, one of the reasons that this myth has stuck around is because patients may experience a transient and a slight worsening of symptoms when the suppressive actions of the conventional medicines is washed out. So, homeopathy does not induce a worsening of symptom before making them go away. So this is what Dr. Banerjee says about. So it's very what do you call, no harm and can be taken together. Is it a miracle medicine or a black magic? Yes, homeopathy isn't any panacea, neither black magic. It has its own set of scope and limitations. So we do fail in many cases and preserve mastering to heal the suffering of humanity. Homeopathy is an art and science that is typically primarily based on the consequences of diverse medical trials executed on wholesome human beings. However, the principles of cure are very distinct from the ones of the conventional medicinal drug. So, homeopathy is an art and science, and also in traditional medication, opposites are believed to cure, whereas in homeopathy, it's primarily based on law of similar. So the basic law, the principle is different when it comes to conventional medicines and homeopathy. The term allopathy itself was coined by Dr. Hahnemann. Now, what is the reality check? Does homeopathy have any scientific evidence about its efficacy? Well, the reality is there are over 600 published scientific studies demonstrating the efficacy of homeopathic medicines over placebo and traditional medicines, including the gold standard double blind placebo controlled clinical trial. Clinical studies are available for acute chronic disorders like eczema, asthma, ADHD, and many others. So basically, there are a lot of articles regarding these studies, and they have been published for us to check, read, understand, go through, and do not believe in the false things said about homeopathy. So it has a scientific evidence about its efficacy. The slide contains the references made to references that were used to make this presentation, and this presentation is only for awareness of homeopathy and for study purpose, and this is to benefit everyone and anyone who wants to know and clear the myths or dispel the myths about homeopathy. Thank you. Myself, Dr. Shazia Khan, associated with Al Rashid Homeopathy, and I would continue to sending you such informative emails and presentation for education and awareness purpose of homeopathy. Thank you. Goodbye.